Yeah. It's a hard thing to do with 14,000 interruptions. There's too many businesses.
And he's having.
Okay. Let's get this started on something.
That's what it is. Okay.
Working on this other too.
It's 7 o'clock here, I guess one. Well, for the regular council meeting, Monday, March 3rd, 7 p.m. roll call.
Kribel?
Here.
Grisanti?
Here.
Candy Davis?
Yes.
Shaw?
Yes.
Paul Davis?
Yes.
Burdick?
Here.
Next, I have a pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Confirmation appropriate meeting list.
Meeting notice was posted on Friday, February 28th at the library, the post office, the city hall, and the website.
Thank you. Confirmation appropriate, oh, that's included. Okay, council acceptance agenda. I'm gonna check it off.
Move to accept.
I'll second.
We have a motion to second to accept the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Personal appearances, anyone in the audience wish to speak out against on the agenda? Yay. For the minutes from February 17th.
Motion approved. I'll second.
Motion to second to approve the minutes from February 17th. Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. My reports, finance, and Tim. Five short, wasn't it?
It was. Finance, met today at 6:45. I'll make a motion to approve bills and payroll in the amount of $4,664,940.36.
I'll second.
Motion to second to pay the bills. Any questions on the bills?
I just got one. I must have missed it, but it's two out of three. And every page, every pickup page, 2 out of 3 annual installment, crimes and insurance and whatnot. You must have missed 1 out of 3. What? It's 15. What is that annual crime? What? We don't.
What page?
What is
It's insurance.
But
It's on a bunch of pages.
Oh,
So it gets split into various accounts, so it goes to the PD, part of it goes to City Hall, so that's why it's split into so many
split all over. Okay.
pieces, yeah.
Do we always do that? I don't think that
Yeah.
one of
Sure.
3 or 2 or 3 or 3. I don't think I've
Well,
seen
that's
that.
that's what I was thinking, do we pay it? Three different times a year in installments?
Yeah, I'm not aware of any change in how it was reallocated this year, I'll ask Maddie,
Which
but
insurance company are you talking about?
their insurance, it's our,
Yeah.
it's,
Oh, it's our property, isn't it our property liability insurance? Yeah.
Okay, I've never seen it, crime insurance before, usually it's like, okay, liability.
Yeah, I think that's all part of the, property insurance liability, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, thanks. I thought maybe we had a lot of crime going on, we're trying to cut it down.
And you're not saying that
Somebody-
you're not saying that insurance isn't crime.
Well, they were, I thought. Well, I wouldn't disagree, no.
I know. There's a button to push on you.
Of course, it's insurance because we have so many bills this month, so much money, just in case somebody was to commit a crime and take some of that they weren't supposed to. There you go.
Four
Life
million.
insurance? No. Okay, any other questions on the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw?
Yes.
Kribel?
Yes.
Grisanti?
Yes.
Candy Davis?
Yes.
Paul Davis?
Yes.
Burdick?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Make a motion to approve temporary Class B beer license for Edgerton FFA Alumni Casino Night on April 5th, 2025.
I'll second.
Motion second for temporary Class B beer license. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Shaw?
Yes.
Candy Davis?
Yes.
Grisanti?
Yes.
Kribel?
Yes.
Paul Davis?
Yes.
Burdick?
Yes.
Motion passes.
That's everything from finance.
Thank you. Planning Commission, we got a few things here. moving this. First one is to consider introducing, approving first reading of the city of Edgerton ordinance 25-03, amend section 450-20 official zoning map of the Edgerton Code of Zoning Ordinances, City of Edgerton, Rock and Dane Counties, Wisconsin, for the 9.9 acres located south of Wood Street.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
A motion and a second to introduce and approve first reading of 2503. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Motion passes. And next item is to consider introducing, approving the first reading of the city of Edgerton ordinance 25-04, amend section 450-20 official zoning map of the Edgerton zoning code of zoning ordinances, city of Edgerton, Rock, Dane County, Wisconsin, for the vacant parcel located on River Road east of 805 East Fulton Street.
Made a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second to introduce, and approve the first reading of ordinance 2504. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Jim Burdick,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Motion passes. And the next one is to consider introducing, approving the first reading of City of Edgerton ordinance 2505. Then chapter 450 zoning ordinances, section 450-35. Now, paving of access, City of Edgerton, Rocky, Dane County, Wisconsin.
Yeah, motion.
Second.
Motion to second to introduce and approve first reading of ordinance 2505. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Motion passes. And the next one is to consider a preliminary plat to create 14 residential lots from parcel south of Newville Street. This will be Newville, before site development.
Motion.
Second.
Motion a second to do preliminary plat. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Paul Davis.
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Motion passed. And one more here, consider City of Edgerton Resolution 0625, resolution approving the final one lot survey. Certified survey map to create one residential lot from the parcel west of Pioneer Drive before site development.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second to approve City of Edgerton Resolution 0625. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti,
Yes.
Kribel,
Yes.
Motion passes. Anybody else to bring forward from that meeting? I'll come upstairs, yeah.
Been bringing forward what we did have that chit chat with that one developer that's gonna be coming up. What was that?
Shoe factory.
Shoot back. I knew it was somebody. Wow.
I saw,
Yeah.
I saw it the first time, kind of the sketch of what they're looking for.
Yeah.
For, that was, I don't know, that was the first time I had seen that, so. It's interesting.
There will be public hearings coming up and you'll all have to see that because the approval process is a rezone. that you will-
Now, would,
It's in the,
when your board be part of that?
They will be notified, yes, because they're within 250 feet.
Okay.
I mean, it'll be, not everybody in the road, everyone within 250
Right,
feet.
exactly.
you left the drawings too, right? They're down
Yeah,
there.
they're here.
They're in here. If anybody did want to see them, they are here, so.
It's a little more aggressive than I thought. I think
Yeah,
it was
it
the
is.
same thing, we weren't thinking quite that many, but if they didn't get to fit them in, then.
We'll have to discuss that one. That's not on the agenda.
I discuss, I'm not discussing it, I'm still thinking about it.
Okay, I think I was sick from planning then, fire district.
Okay, chief could not make it this evening, so we get me, you guys, I'll make it quick. I handed out, chief's preliminary report. Looks as though calls are up year over year by 17%, which is nothing new. We knew that was going to happen, that was happening. That's it, unless you guys have any questions on the report. We met, the board met February, I think it was February 20th. And JP Cullen was appointed the construction manager at risk. for the construction of the, work on the fire stations. And what's gonna happen is the construction manager at Risk First goal is to review all aspects of the design and the engineering to optimize and identify ways to reduce costs. And then their second task is then to do detailed cost projections. So just to give you an idea of what they're gonna do for that. They also do have in their RFP, they have included public hearing sessions, public information sessions. So that's something that I have really pushed for, and we're gonna meet this week with them, a subcommittee, to talk about what that would look like. What it would entail, how many and where they should do it, so we'll keep you posted on that, because that's something I think is very important. And we need to do for the public to let them know.
Have IFTs dropped from the looks of this? Looks like it's dropping.
What's that?
IFTs, it looks like they're dropping or something. It doesn't look like there's.
Oh, the interfacility
Yeah,
transfer,
oh, yeah.
so where are you looking, Jim, on the front page or the
Yeah,
back
front
page?
page, I just,
What?
yeah, front page, it just says a roll.
Yeah, we're not doing any
17.
transfers.
They're not what?
They're not doing many transfers. I get the calls to my phones and I can see it. It doesn't seem like there's that many. We're doing them from the hospital as needed, but that's it. But we're not going out.
And I know we can't get into the discussion on it, but I just got. I'll talk to you, information that we're going as far as just north of Chicago and driving them all the way to Madison last week.
Well, that's something we should talk to.
I didn't know we were in that far out, but
Oh, that's right. And I did not either, and I'm not seeing that on my phone. So that's something that,
you wouldn't, yeah.
well, I should. I get the hospital transfers here.
We'll talk, okay, let's talk.
So let's talk. Yeah.
You don't wanna get in trouble with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm really saying. I don't want to
Yeah, knock it off.
be Davis troublemaker. Oh, the other Davis.
No board meeting in March, and I don't know if I told you that, Chief's out, for most of the month. So we're not gonna hold a board meeting in March. There's nothing pressing. We'll resume in April for board meeting. I think that's it.
All right, thank you. Next item is consider introducing and approving first reading of city of Edgerton ordinance 2506, ordinance to amend chapter 375. Vehicles and traffic, section 375 10B3, abandoned and disabled motor vehicles and core ordinances, city of Edgerton, Rock and Dane, counties, Wisconsin. Second. Got a motion to introduce and approve first reading of city of Edgerton ordinance 2506, any discussion?
You know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Chief, the number 3, if the vehicle was not, okay, number 2. If the car's not moved within 48 hours, a ticket will be issued.
Right.
So does that mean that's part of your process is you will go back to that vehicle to see if it's been moved or?
We'll go back to the vehicle, the officer assigned to that call will go back to the vehicle. If the vehicle is still there, he'll issue a citation. And he will initiate a letter to be sent to the owner of that vehicle, letting them know that if it's not moved within 48 hours, that it will be towed. I'm the one that usually takes the letter to the post office because I got the credit card. And we send it out priority and I will track them. If the letter had not gotten to that individual, we'll make every effort that we can to contact the owner of the vehicle so that they are aware that their vehicle will be towed from the location that it's at. So if it goes past 48 hours, so be it. But this 48 hours and then a second 48 hours gives the officer a chance because they work the 5253. Sometimes an officer will catch something like this on their 3rd day or their 4th day. And if they have their 3 days off, when they get back, they forget about it. And the car sits there forever and, people complain about it. So we want to clean it up before springtime, especially having this in time for spring. And there's some other things that we want to work with public safety about cleaning cars, off the property and that. So,
Okay, so we're looking at a 4-day window there.
Correct.
There's the time. And then just grammatical, under number 3, 48 hours from change that to time, TIME, type of type.
Mhm.
And then number 4, if not removed, can be towed, or should that say will be towed?
we want to leave that flexible.
Okay. In case there's.
Because if it's
something
for
that-
let's say,
Or they agree with you, I'm gonna move that, okay.
and they say, listen, you know what, I can't get it towed until tomorrow.
Okay,
So, we're a friendlier police department. We try to work with people.
perfect. Those were my questions.
I'd like to clarify one thing, just so we're all on the same page. So it works as a car is parked there, you chalk the tires.
Correct.
48 hours is not moved, you issue a citation. And then if 48 hours following the issuance of a citation, now you send them a letter giving them 48 hours more. So what you said earlier was citation 48 hours tow, or
Yes, that's what we were planning with,
Okay.
because if you go 48, 48, 48,
that.
you're
was written-
extending what we actually have now.
That, not, yeah, but that's what we need to clarify, because right now it's, you cite, and then you have to, they get another, after that citation, you can't go back to send.
For
a
another
letter
48
for
hours.
48.
So that letter goes out on the day they get the citation.
That's not what this says.
Oh, that's what our intention was. So they cite. They send the letter on that same day as cite. And then they have 48 hours to move the vehicle.
So they should be sent written notice with the citation.
Exactly.
Correct. Written notice with the citation.
And if you're comfortable with that, as a group, the second reading could have that modification made.
Yeah.
So there's 2 48 hours.
Correct.
There's 3 here, the chief is explaining a process that is in fact 2, and if you're okay with that, then the
Yes.
second reading will
Yes.
reflect that.
4 days from now. With flexible. Right.
Correct.
Right.
It says you're authorized, it doesn't say you're obligated. All right, we'll make that modification.
And the leeway, number 4, I like the leeway, it's if it can be moved or maybe told,
Right.
or you're gonna, somebody watch.
I
this,
will
it's
make
on
sure
TV
that
tomorrow.
that letter, you know what, the post office is pretty good about putting in when that letter is delivered. Their tracking system is pretty good. So I will be in charge of that.
Okay, so as amended? You're gonna reword that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to do it in,
Right.
with a,
That's for the
create
second
a camel
reading.
here, but
Right. Yeah.
if you want 2 40-hour periods, that's what your next draft will, or the second reading will reflect.
Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Burdick,
Yes.
Paul Davis,
Yeah.
Straw,
Yes.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Grisanti. Yes. Kribel.
Yes. Motion passes. Here, all the person staff reports, I don't have anything. Probably something else, isn't it?
I have one thing. We meaning the city of Edgerton Common Council, received a nice thank you card from Tri-County Community Center. If you recall, we paid for a second, pickleball net indoors. And we got a nice thank you. It said, thank you so much for the pickleball net donation. The 2 nets are used every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, and every Tuesday night. Everyone really appreciates the nets and a place to play. So, yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, what's next then? If we want to adjourn,
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
also the second to adjourn, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, we are adjourned. Thank you.